Is this on? Yeah, I think yes. All right, we are on. Okay, so hey Domomo, what's up? So my internet is kind of like shaky today, so it might I don't know, disconnect or drop the stream. All right, but we are just chilling today, and like I'm like kind of like giving tips. All right, so yeah, so shoot your questions, whatever you have, if you have them, and I will answer them. All right, and I will also be kind of like giving some active tips, especially on color today, and probably on drawing as well. We will see about drawing, but mostly on color. So yeah. Hold on, I'm just writing something. All right. Let's freaking go. I will pin this message. All right, done. All right, so you can ask me anything about drawing or whatever you color or anything. Okay, and I will answer your questions. All right. So yeah. Give me hello Yuri. What's up? Oh my God. Ali plays. No, you're not first. Your Domomomo is first. Domomomo is first. Domomomo is first. This shirt collar is like very wide. I should probably throw the shirt. I don't like wide collar shirts. So yeah. Hold on. Let me set everything up. Yes, it's fine. When did I get into art? Yes, I will look at my look at your OC. You can send it to me on like YouTube community right now or on my Discord, Ali Plays, and I will look at your OC. Hold on, Dom. I will answer your questions. Give me a minute. Okay, Ali Plays, you have your OC on your YouTube. All right. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like the hairstyle and his expression. Very cool. I liked him. I must send a sketch of X on there. Alright, Yuri, do send me a sketch. Yes, it's I saw him, Ali Plays. He's like very cool, and I like his like hairstyle and like the expression. Very I don't know, very cool and very, I don't remember the word for that. Very kind of like Sasuke like expression. Okay, yeah, emo boy. Yes, emo boy expression. all right. So yeah, Domomomo, when did you get into art? Okay, so I got into like serious I got into art in like 2014. I got into art college or art school, whatever you want to freaking call it. okay. And then after like 2014, I did college until like 2017. All right. I did not know anything about art, although my drawing was good, but I cannot literally kind of like draw from memory. So yeah, I was kind of like still a noob back then. So after like 2017, like I learned a lot of things in like art school, but after kind of like 2017, I it was all about like graphic design and stuff, and visual and art communication kind of like course. So there was a little bit of illustration and the character design and stuff. All right. So yeah, so that wasn't too much, only a little bit of illustration stuff. Okay, mostly it was like photography and graphic design course and typography course and shit. So mostly it was related to graphic design and advertising basically. So after like 2017, I got my first job, which was shit. I did that job in like for like 6 maybe 7 months, and then I left, and then I did some freelance stuff, and then I'm broke since then. I never got a job after that. But after that, like after 2017 or 2018, I kind of like took I kind of like started like 3D, and I kind of like steered towards 3D. But then after like 2-3 years of 3D, I did not have a good computer, because 3D requires a really good computer to render and all that kind of like stuff. Okay, and my 3D skill wasn't like exploding too much. So yeah, I struggled into that as well. But then after that, I kind of like wanted to always, like it was like always I wanted to kind of like create my own characters and my I don't know, and draw like big scenes like I draw nowadays, like the ones that you have seen on my portfolio or something. Okay, so that was my interest, and I still like that, because that creates kind of like a story. So character design and all that was kind of my interest. So I started finally drawing. Okay, animation was never my motivation or anything like that, or even anime wasn't my motivation for that matter. Okay, I just wanted to kind of like draw cool characters, I guess. So yeah, even I'm not sure what my motivation was for like drawing, like starting like actually drawing with hand. I think did the stream drop? No. Did the stream drop? No. My internet got disconnected. I don't think the stream dropped. Art school diner. I don't know, man. Did the stream drop right now? Is it fine right now? For a diner, I don't know. You can literally draw anything you want. you can literally draw anything you want, man. For a diner. All right. All right. I didn't even go to art school. Art school is like not necessary at all if you are just, I don't know, if you want to go in the industry and get a job. So maybe that is the reason for the art school, because you kind of like need a qualification, a basic art degree or something. Okay, even a freaking as something as simple as a graphic design degree can get you a job. But the main thing that gets you a job in an art kind of like in an art field is like your portfolio. So if you are kind of like a photographer, you need to have a really good portfolio, right? So that is what gets you a job in like an art kind of like stuff. All right. Is my art good for 12-year-old? Yes, it is. It is good for 12-year-old. Although there is this artist. Hold on, I will show you. There is this artist who is like a 16-year-old, I think, and he is literally a god. His art is literally a god. Hold on. Hold on. He has such good art that it's like crazy, and he isn't even like, he's like all self-trained and shit. Like, oh my god. Hold on, let me find that post that he has, like when he says like 16-year-old birthday or something, I don't know. Hold on, where is it? All right, I have a yeah, look at that. I will post that link. Okay, look at his art. Like crazy, freaking crazy. Look at his art. It's freaking crazy. Yep, he's cooked. He's absolutely cooked. I don't understand how people get this good at like 16 years old. How people get this good at 16 years old? Okay, so my first kind of like tip, okay, for like we are gonna start with basics of color theory, all right, for people who wanna kind of like know that shit. Because color theory is like very important stuff, so I'm like gonna start with like basics of color theory. Jesus, my keyboard is not working. Oh shit, my keyboard is not working. Yeah, I'm not gonna write that. Jesus, why am I writing that? All right, Yuri. All right. So yeah, so I will start with like basics of kind of like color theory. Okay. I'm gonna go very simple. I'm gonna be very simple and very quick. So pay attention, y'all crazy ass bitches. All right. R G B, then there is R Y B. All right, then there is CMYK. So that's cyan, magenta, again yellow. Okay, see how this yellow is like different than this yellow, so both of the yellows are kind of like slightly different. This is more towards the orange side and this is more towards the green side. So yeah, yellow. And K is for black. Okay, so I do not know why is it named as K. It may be in like some other language. So yeah, so both of these things, okay, both of these color kind of like classifications, these are for only for digital. Okay, so yeah, so we are not, you do not have to like use these kind of like color classifications for like mixing the colors and shit. Okay, you can use the color combinations. Okay, you can use these color combinations in like color schemes, but do not use these colors for like mixing the colors or like choosing the colors and shit. Okay, what you are going to worry about is this one. All right, so let me put this to the side over here. What you are going to worry about is this one. This is very important, the R, Y and B. All right, very simple stuff. Don't worry about it, okay. Now these are primary colors, these are mainly primary colors, P, P and P. Okay, mix like RYB primary colors, even RGB is primary colors, and even these are secondary colors, I think, if I'm not wrong, CMY. Okay, so yeah, these are primary colors. So when you mix both of them together, red and yellow, you get orange. Okay, orange is a secondary color. All right, you mix yellow and blue, you get green. All right, you mix blue and red, you get violet, or maybe purple, whatever you wanna call it. Purple is mostly magenta, so I will do violet. All right, so that's it. This is basic color kind of like theory that you have learned in school. Okay, so these are all secondary colors. All right, now you mix both of these together, you mix the red and the orange, you get a very reddish kind of like orange. Okay, this kind of like reddish orange. All right, you mix orange and yellow, you get yellowish orange or something, or orange yellow, whatever you wanna call it. All right, same goes over here, yellow green, you get the lime color, the lime green or something, or the dirty green or dirty yellow or something. Okay, you mix green and blue, then you get cyan or teal. You can call it teal, not actually cyan, you can call it teal. You mix blue and violet, you get something called as indigo. So yeah, that is a mixture of blue and violet. Same goes over here, you mix red and violet, you get magenta or a crimson color. All right, so mostly it's like crimson, not magenta. Magenta is more towards the violet. So yeah, mostly it's like crimson. So these are all tertiary colors. Now why am I kind of like focusing on these three groups? All right, because these three groups are the ones that we use these three groups are the ones that we have to use in like painting. Okay, while choosing colors. All right, so this is very important stuff, all right, so yeah. That is why I'm like focusing on this one. All right, I'll just keep it to the side over here. All right, so yeah, I hope you understand this. Now we will move on to the next one. Yes, the alternative yellow is like more limeish color. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, this is basic color wheel, or I don't know, color mixing kind of like process, color theory. Okay, now part 2 of this is color schemes. All right, there are, forget about color schemes, Jesus, forget about color schemes. Okay, how many colors you have to use in a painting or in a drawing or whatever you wanna freaking, I don't know, call it. Okay, no more than 4 colors. Okay, if you kind of like use more than like 3 or 4 colors, then it's all gonna get like messy, and then the viewer or you or whatever, whoever is like seeing the painting, they do not understand where to look at the painting. Okay, where to look in the painting. Okay, so no more than 4 colors. All right, no more than 4 colors. Okay, now based on all the 4 colors, okay, there are a couple of color schemes. All right, so first one is monochromatic. Grayscale is also kind of like falls in the same same category, okay, as monochromatic, but grayscale is mostly the black and white part. Okay, it is black, white and grays, so it does not have any color. Monochromatic, on the other hand, it has just one color. Okay, just one color. Okay, second is complementary. All right, complementary has 2 colors. I will explain everything. All right, so hold on. Let me just put like one color. So grayscale is just nothing but gray, white, sorry, a white, goddamn, that white, I cannot see that white, whatever, man, a gray and a black. Okay, everything in between. All right, everything between a white to a black. Okay, so this is nothing but grayscale. All right, I will just make an outline for the white so that you all can see. All right, so this is nothing but grayscale. Or a monochrome, on the other hand, is using just one color, but also using the values and the shades and shit, okay, of that one color. So let's say it's a red. Okay, let's be simple over here. Don't worry about it. Using the values and the saturation of that color. All right, so yeah, this is what is called as monochrome. All right, using just one color. All right, it can be red or it can be blue or it can be literally like any freaking color. Third one is complementary. Complementary meaning just opposite color. Okay, so the classic example is a orange and a royal blue or something. Okay, so these are complementary to each other. Alright, so yeah, opposite colors basically, they complement each other, and you can use other colors as well. So for example, red and green. Okay, both of them are like complementary. All right, so yeah, a lot of other colors you can use. All right, so yeah, complementary done. All right, third one is split complementary or triadic. Triadic is a different thing. Sorry. Split complementary is nothing but you just split the complementary colors. All right. So one of the colors that you have chosen. Okay. So let's take this orange and blue for example. Okay. You get an orange, you get a blue. Okay. But then you split the orange to a red or a magenta. Okay. So that creates that split complementary scheme. The classic Y shape. All right, so yeah, something like this. All right, this is split complementary. You can also split the blue to a green or something, so orange, blue and green. Okay, or blue to a something like a violet or something. Okay, so orange, blue and violet or something. Okay, violet or purple, whatever you want to call it. All right, so that could also be the case. Same goes over here. You can split the orange to a lime green or something over here. All right, so that can create a split complementary, or even a green, for example. Even a green, you can split the orange to a green as well. So yeah, that is split complementary, and this can occur to any sort of color. So for the red and green example, you can have a violet over here. Yeah, so that this will be something like a very I don't know, sci-fi kind of like color scheme, this one. All right, so yeah, anyways, that's it. That's the split complementary. All right, next, triadic. Okay, so this is also kind of like 3 colors, so I'm gonna write the 3. Triadic. Okay, these are nothing but 3 colors, so RGB, RYB, everything that you have is like 3 colors. Okay, R, Y, B. Okay, now the RYB, these color hues can like shift. Okay, so this is a very Prussian kind of like blue, so it can shift to a very royal blue. Okay, but it still kind of like remains in the 3 kind of like shape. Okay, it still remains in a triangular shape. So this is nothing but triadic color scheme. All right, then there is also RGB, so that is also triadic. So R, G and B. Okay, this is also triadic, mind you. Okay, and there can be endless amounts of colors in the color wheel, like triadic. Okay, only 3 colors. All right, fourth is tetradic or double complementary. I will just write double complementary or square color scheme. This is the triangle color scheme. Very easy to remember, don't worry about it. Or also known as like tetradic. Okay, so yeah, these are nothing but, okay, you take the split complementary, colors. Okay, the orange, red, blue, and then there is also the green. So as you can see, 1 and 2. Okay, the orange is complementary to the blue and the red is complementary to the green. So that is nothing but tetradic. Okay, so sorry, double complementary. All right, it also creates a square, so that is also why it is also called as a square kind of like color scheme. Okay, so yeah, that's it. But remember it as like a double complementary, because there are double complementing colors with each other. All right, you do not go further than this. All right, you do not go that route. Like, you do not do 5 colors. Okay, otherwise it's all gonna get messy. All right, so yeah, that's it. That is the color kind of like theory. All right, so yeah. Also, I forgot to kind of like mention, these are primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors, and there are also quaternary colors. So when quaternary colors are nothing but when you mix a tertiary color and a primary color and a tertiary color and a secondary color. Okay, so you get the quaternary color. So for example, this magenta and red, when you mix, you get a crimson red or something. Okay, so that is a quaternary color. Then you mix a magenta and a purple, then you get a violet. Okay, violet or something, that is again a quaternary color. Okay, so these are quaternary colors. These are also important to remember, because these colors you will also be using in like while painting. So yeah. And yes, also another kind of like thing is you gotta use the color schemes. All right, if you do not use the color schemes, if you just blindly color your drawings or your paintings, okay, they are not gonna look good. Okay, you have to stay in the color scheme, and also with all of the colors over here. So for example, let's say you are in a complementary color scheme, okay, with the orange and blue. Okay, you also have to use the whites and the blacks. Okay, so the lights and the darks. Okay, not exactly white and black, but the lights and the darks, to kind of like make it all good and good looking and shit. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's about it. All right, Yuri. Nice having you over here. Always nice having you over here. All right, if anyone has any questions, this is all about color stuff. Okay, so if you wanna kind of like watch about like know about like color stuff, that's it. This is the thing. Okay, now you start kind of like playing and shit. This is all about color stuff. So yeah, so after kind of like we have learned this, all right, let's try to figure out some color schemes in my previous kind of like paintings. All right, so let's try this. Let's try this. Oh, I have already kind of like figured out over here. Okay, so look at this. Look at this painting over here. This guy. Okay, now as I have made it apparent over here, as I have kind of like mentioned it over here. Okay, this is a red and a blue. Yes, or a pink and blue. You can call it as a pink and blue. Yes, that is more appropriate. It is a complementary scheme. All right, so pink and blue, always complementary scheme. Pink and blue kind of like makes the boy and girl colors. So yeah, always very important, pink and blue color schemes. Not too many people use pink and blue color schemes, but it is very effective and it is very beautiful. All right, so yeah, this is basically a pink and blue color scheme. Then this is a split complementary. This is a split complementary, nothing but split complementary. And yes, I am like kind of like going away from the traditional pink and blue. Like I'm like breaking some rules. Like I'm going towards the violets and the cyans also. So that is fine. Okay, that is totally fine. But the main colors are like pink and blue. Okay, but you do not go like too much towards the violet. So for example, if I were to kind of like go too much towards the violet, so something like this. Jesus, wait. something like this, then it would kind of like change the color scheme. So no, not too much towards the not too much deviation of colors, otherwise it's gonna change the color scheme. So even in this I'm like going towards the other greens as well. All right, so yeah, but the green part is like the green stuff. All right, so yeah, this is a split complementary. This is again a complementary scheme. So yeah, I'm using the earth colors and the blues, so warm and blues colors. So yeah, complementary scheme. This is a zone palette. All right, this is what you call as a, I don't know, you can call this as a split complementary, but I personally kind of like call this as a zone palette. The zone palette is mostly of the yellow ochre and the red, okay, and the maroon, and the rest of the colors are like black and blues. All right, so yeah, and grays. So zone palette is mostly this. So you can call this as a split complementary as well, but that only kind of like depends on you people. This I do not know. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, that is nothing but color. So yeah, now I'm like gonna take your questions. So shoot your questions. I just wanted to cover this because like many people have asked me about the color stuff. All right, so yeah. All right, shoot your questions and I will answer them. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna wait for like 2 or 3 minutes. Otherwise I'm like doing some color stuff. Otherwise I'm like doing some color stuff. I'm just gonna, otherwise I'm just gonna end the stream and like do some color shit. All right, I will wait for like 2 to 3 minutes. If there are like no questions, then I'm gonna do the color stream. Splashing color stream. Splashing color. She's gone. Yuri is gone. Richard, Yuri is gone. Jesus. Very cool English exam. Go study. Jesus. She's gone. Yuri is gone. Yuri is gone. Shoot your questions and I will answer them. You shoot your questions and I will answer them. Isn't your name Richard? Risha is a girl's name, by the way. You're not a girl. At least I do not think so. Shoot your questions. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna do a color scheme. No, I do not think that you are a girl. You literally talk like a boy on like Discord. So yeah. You literally talk like a guy on Discord. Anyways, forget about that. Yes, I am Indian. What? Faces from weird angles? I am Indian. And I think Risha is also Indian. You want to know faces from like weird angles, Rishar? Oh, that is very cool. Nice to meet you, brother or neighbor, I should say. Ali. Okay, faces from weird angles. Where are the faces from weird angles? I did those. Hold on. Let me give you 2 minutes. Yeah, this thing, right? Faces from weird angles. This thing, right? This thing, you want to know this thing? No, I cannot change the music or put some jazz music because every freaking music I play is like copyrighted and it gets me a copyright kind of like strike on the video. So this is the only kind of like there are only a few uncopyrighted, like free to kind of like use music stuff. But I will try the usual kind of like YouTube library music, but those kind of like take a lot of time to buffer, so this is the best. So yeah, so for this you gotta draw the boxes like this, or if not like this, then this. Let me increase the opacity. Yeah, this thing. Okay, so even these are like enough. Okay, even these boxes are enough. You do not need to draw these extra boxes. Okay, you do not need to draw these are extra. Okay, even these boxes are enough for like weird as angles. Okay, and then you kind of like add faces to them. Okay, depending upon the box, depending upon which side the box is kind of like facing. All right, so yeah. Yes, this is, I think I posted this in Discord. I don't remember. If I have not posted it, I will post it. All right, so yeah, so this is very important. All right, this is very important for animation and like drawing faces in like weird angles and shit. All right, so yeah, this is very important stuff. Okay, then you can go further and draw the rest of the boxes. Okay, then add the faces onto it as well. So yeah, and to make kind of like things simpler, okay, where are the boxes? Okay, you take a fisheye perspective like this. You make a fisheye perspective or take a fisheye perspective like this from like Google. Okay, you can get a PNG or a JPEG of a fisheye kind of like perspective grid like this. Okay, and just add some boxes along those lines. All right, to make this simpler. Okay, so yeah, so over here there are like only 3 boxes. Okay, so yeah, so this kind of like double X, this is the most important stuff. Okay, you don't need this shit. You don't need the extra boxes. This is extra, but it also kind of like helps. So if you want to go like a full on crazy mode, then you can do the extra. I literally went the crazy mode, so yeah. The other kind of like thing that you can do is like manually draw all of these boxes. So I did manually drew like all of these boxes at first before like doing this perspective kind of like skeleton, like four point perspective thing. Okay, so yeah, this also kind of like helps in understanding how an object moves in like 3D space on a 2D kind of like paper. Okay, so yeah, this is very helpful. So that is why I would recommend doing this first before like having a fisheye perspective as a guideline, because your brain kind of like shuts down because it is already available. The guidelines are like already available to you. Okay, so your brain kind of like shuts down and like fails to understand. Okay, this over here, your brain has to do the work. Okay, your brain has to make itself understand, all right, how to kind of like rotate the box, all right, and how to place it in perspective on a 2D plane. So yeah, yes, it helps a lot. Yes, you need, I think, 50 subs for streaming. I think so, yes. You need 50 subs for streaming. All right. Can I do the what did you, from the chin, upper angle? Yeah, that is kind of like hard because we are not used to kind of like seeing the upper kind of like angle. So yeah, so after, okay, hold on, I will do that after like doing all this. Okay, what you do is like do this. Okay, you draw a box, okay, and then you place a figure into that box. All right, so yeah, hold on, let me draw this like properly. Jesus, let me do this properly. Hold on, I lost myself. Whatever, man. You get my point. All right, you need to place your figures into that box in like various kind of like different perspectives. Okay, so that is rotating the figure. We first rotated the head. Okay, now we are kind of like rotating the figure. All right, so yeah, so you want me to do the kind of like upper face. Hold on, let me do it. So yeah, you just draw a circle. Okay, and as you kind of like said in the Discord, it all depends upon shapes. All right, so yeah, you draw the Loomis kind of like the nose line over here. Hold on, let me drink some water. Okay, then this is the chin line over here. This is the nose line, and that is the chin line. You can draw it kind of like downwards also. All right, this is the chin, this is the neck over here. The neck is like the most important part. All right, neck very important part, because without kind of like the neck, you wouldn't understand where the chin is and where the head is and all that shit. All right, so neck very important part. Right, this is the jawbone over here. So the jawbone kind of like turns like this. I may like kind of like do it wrong because this is a very difficult angle for the face. All right, so I may kind of like also do it wrong so do not take this like with a take this with a grain of salt. Sorry, always use a reference for this, because this kind of like angle is like very difficult to draw. All right, this is the ear. Then we gotta draw the nose. These are the lips over here. So the lips kind of like curve, because your face is almost like a curve. Okay, so the lips are gonna curve themselves. The upper lip is gonna be shown off, because it is like kind of like in front and above the lower lip. All right, and this is the lower lip. Then these are the eye sockets. The eye sockets very important, because they will help in like keeping the eyes in like place. Alright, keeping the eyes in place. Alright, eye sockets, very important stuff. This is the skull, and the eyes will sit over here. And this line over here that you see, alright, let me draw it with red. This line over here, this is your cheekbone. This part over here. Alright, this is your cheekbone. Alright, so yeah. So if it's a manly kind of like guy, he has a very sharp cheekbones like these. If it's a woman or a girl, then she will have a very softer cheekbones. Yeah. And this is your chin. That's it. This is the bottom of the chin, and the top of the and the front of the chin over here. All right. So this is very difficult. All right, this is very difficult. Unless you know the 3D kind of like shapes, like how to kind of like move the cube in like 3D space. This is very difficult to draw. Literally every freaking artist, even if that artist is the professional, struggles with this one. All right, every freaking artist struggles with this one. Yes, if you're sleeping on somebody's lap and look up, just like Freeran and Fern. Freeran slept on Fern's lap. Yeah. Sid Max Pro Ultra +5. Yes, mandible is a weird ass freaking triangle. No, female faces, it depends upon face to face. Okay, so female mandibles or female jawbones are also kind of like sometimes they are like a man. They are also not narrow. So it depends upon person to person. They do not have to be narrow for a woman. What, Murata? What is Murata? Who is Murata? Oh, this guy, yeah, from Demon Slayer, Jesus. Yeah, he has a very narrow chin. I think almost all of the Demon Slayer characters are narrow chin. Oh, the artist of One Punch Man, Jesus, hold on. Let me see his. Dang, his art is like crazy. Jesus. Yeah, he always kind of like draws those very narrow chins. So it depends, also depends upon the art style and the type of like person, alright? But normally it's like not like men have like very wider chins and like women have narrow. Even I have a narrower kind of like this jawbone, alright? So yeah. Yep, Murata has a very crazy art stuff. So yeah, for this thing, you gotta do this shit. Yeah, this one, this thing. Okay, so this is the most important stuff. Okay, these two x's are like most important. The plus and the x is like most important. Okay, but if you want to go even further crazy, then you can add all of the other these extra kind of like angles and faces. All right, if you want to be a god at animation, then yes, you definitely need this. It will take like 3 to 4 hours kind of like to do everything. Okay, because on stream it took me like 3 to 4 hours to do all of these faces, also plus with these kind of like extreme angled figures over here that you are seeing. All right, so it might take you up to like, let's say, at least 3 to kind of like 5, maybe 6 hours, but this is worth it. Okay, because once you do it, once you kind of like do this, it just fits inside your head and you can just access to this information like at any time. Okay, it is like very helpful. You can literally draw the face from like any freaking angle. But yes, sometimes the jaw is like narrower for women, so it depends upon like everyone. But yes, if you're kind of like drawing a very cartoon or anime kind of like a comic style, sorry, not comic style, cartoon or anime style, all right, so yeah, at that time you have to kind of like narrow down the jaw for the female characters and widen the jaw for the male characters. So yeah, but in comics it is very kind of like realistic, the proportions. So some women in like comics, especially the Spider-Man, the Wonder Woman kind of like stuff, they have very manly jaws. So yeah. No, do not attempt. See, you can do every other freaking exercise with a ballpoint pen, but I do not recommend this exercise with a ballpoint pen. All right, I will recommend, however, not to use the eraser for this one, because if you keep like using the eraser, it's gonna take you like 12 hours or something to like complete all of this. So I will totally recommend to do it with a pencil, but not use the eraser. So yeah, do not attempt this with a ballpoint pen. You're gonna go mad, literally gonna. You can do it like one time with a pencil, and then after that, for the second time, if you want, you can attempt it with a ballpoint pen. It's up to you. So yeah. And this is also very important, by the way. Well, not just the faces, but this is also important because you need to be able to draw the human body in like from like every freaking angle. So yeah, that Stitch. So yeah. Alright, that's about it, man. Between anime and USA comic styles and a bit cuddly, so yeah. Alright, you got this. You can experiment with however you want, whatever you want. You can do that. It's gonna take a while to kind of like develop the style into like very attractive style. Alright, but you will, I believe that you will get there sooner or later. So it took me a while to kind of like make my style attractive. To make my kind of like style attractive, for example, hold on, let me open up the this thing. All right, to create this style, it took me a while. All right, it took me like around 3 years or something. Okay, maybe around, yeah, more than 3 years. It's almost like more than 3 years. 2022, 3, 4, and this is the fifth year. So yeah, more than 3 years. 4th year, sorry, this is the 4th year. More than 3 years to get my style to this one. Very, very cute looking and very attractive and stuff. All right, so yeah, look at this style. It took me more than 3 years to do this, and a lot of studying and a lot of like referencing shit. So yeah, so it's gonna take a while for you to kind of like develop a style which is like attractive and which like everyone likes. All right, so but you're gonna get there. How bad am I out of 10 in drawing and art in general? You are right now, if I were to kind of like rate you, you are like 1 or 2 out of 10. Not even 2, just 1.5 at most. At most 1.5. That's it. Maybe 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's give it a 2. Let's give you a 2. Okay. No more than 2. If we are like kind of like highballing stuff, then yeah, then you are 2. And if you ask me how much like am I in terms of like drawing, then I am almost like a above 5, but around 6 something. Okay, around 6. Not even 6. I will not consider myself even as 6, so I will consider myself as a 5. So yeah, but if we are kind of like highballing, then 6, maybe 6.5 to 7. That's it. Even 7 is like a very, very high ball. All right, 6 is the most that I am right now. 6 is the highest thing that I am right now. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, I already kind of like told you, you at least need like 1 year to like get all the fundamentals right and to make your drawings like look good, like your normal drawings to look good. You at least kind of like need 1 year. Even with a structured course like Mark Brunet's structured course, you need like 1 year to do that. Then after that, it's all experimentation. Then after that, it's all experimentation. But even after that first 1 year, you still need like another year or 2 to kind of like get to kind of like develop your own style. All right, to develop your own style, you still need like 1 or 2 years or even more. Yeah, structured course is like the worst idea ever, because in a structured course you're gonna get bored. there will be a lot of scheduling and time and stuff. Okay, you're definitely gonna get bored. So I personally would not recommend a structured course, because I personally get bored a lot in a structured course. So yeah, that's why. I personally would not recommend a structure. I will recommend, however, to just like do what you feel like doing at that particular time. Okay, so if you feel like drawing characters, then yeah, just go wild, go crazy, have a lot of fun. That is probably the fastest way to learn and to enjoy and enjoy drawing. All right, so yeah. And also the second fastest kind of like way to complement what I said just now is to have a big goal divided into small goals. So for example, I will give you my own example. Okay, I'm like doing the animation kind of like thing. I want to do the Naruto animation, but then I'm dividing that Naruto animation in like small goals. All right, so I'm like keeping up to that goal, like completing each and every goal. Okay, so yeah, so you have to kind of like divide the bigger goals into smaller ones, otherwise you're just gonna get burned out and get overwhelmed. So yeah, that is also the very fastest way to learn, and that is exactly what happens when you kind of like get a job. Okay, that is how you do that shit. Okay, in a job you just have a lot of goals per day. Okay, and then your speed naturally increases, and that also forces you to kind of like increase your skill level. Okay, with a lot of practice. So yeah. Yeah, mark course is like very expensive. It's not about the money. It's just about getting the timetable to do that, so that you can do it like yourself. So yeah, you are doing anatomy. Instead of freaking doing anatomy, do perspective. Start drawing like basic figures with like basic shapes in like perspective. That is the most important thing. Anatomy can kind of like come a bit later. Perspective is the most important thing. I need to draw traditionally. I haven't picked up a pencil on paper in like months right now. I really freaking need to draw traditionally. Anatomy, you can keep the anatomy on the back burner. You need to concentrate on perspective, and second one is like color and values. All right, so yeah, especially color, not even values. So values, when you like color stuff, okay, you gotta do it with like proper values. So I would recommend directly using color for like doing color studies that I do. Okay, that is the way to go. that is the way to go. Yeah, doing the color studies like I do on the stream. Okay, that is the way to go for color and values. Okay, for perspective, yes, you gotta draw the figures with basic shapes in perspective. You can keep the anatomy on the back burner, like do like learn some like a part of the body like every single day or something. Okay, you can do that, but main thing is like perspective and anatomy, perspective and color. So yes, it is helping you a lot, but anatomy is a very so why I do not recommend anatomy is because anatomy is like it comes after like everything else. Okay, so the gesture, shapes and perspective and all of those things, they come before anatomy. Okay, so anatomy comes after. So if you look at my stuff, okay, I recently only learned anatomy. I haven't like grasped a lot of like anatomical knowledge in like 3 years. Okay, so I had basic knowledge, but not a lot of this. So yeah, so I would not recommend anatomy to you to learn anatomy right now. I would highly recommend to draw figures and boxes in perspective, and to directly kind of like do the color studies that like I do. Take a reference and just start splashing color here and there. That's it. That is it. That is what you should be doing, and that is all. And both of these things, okay, both of these things that I mentioned right now are gonna help you in like drawing scenes like this. All right, so yeah, from your memory. These are from memory. These are not from references. These are completely from memory. All of these three scenes right here that you're seeing. All right, do your thing, man. I'm not gonna tell you again and again and again, because you are very stubborn kid, just like me, very stubborn and very, I don't know, very adamant kid, just like me. See, the reason that I'm telling you to kind of like do anatomy, perspective and color first, especially perspective first, okay, like draw simple stuff in like draw human figures with simple shapes in like perspective, is because perspective learning that is not only gonna help you in like drawing figures and stuff, but is also gonna help you in like drawing backgrounds. Okay, so you're killing two birds with one stone by learning just perspective and drawing boxes in perspective. All right, so that is the reason why I'm like forcing kind of like you to focus on perspective first instead of like focusing on anatomy. And also color, because color freaking takes a lot of freaking time. So you gotta start color as soon as freaking possible. Do I have any videos on perspective? Yes, I have a lot of videos on perspective. Hold on. Hold on, let me search them for you. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, I will post this in on Discord, not over here. I will post this in on Discord, because these are a lot of freaking videos, like 5 or 6 of them. You can watch them however you want. Okay, I will post them on Discord. All right, the first kind of like perspective video that you people need to see is like this one. Hold on, my third tutorial on YouTube. This will get you the basics of perspective and backgrounds. This will cover with the perspective and background. Rest all they are extra, and I will post them on like Discord. I need to search for them, and also watch this video as well. This is very important stuff. Okay, the only 2 things you require to be an art god. Okay, the only 2 things you require to be an art god, where I mention the same thing that I mentioned right now: perspective and values or color. These are the only 2 things that you require to be an art god. Nothing else matters. Okay, I might stream after like an hour or so because I kind of like slept in the evening right now. Okay, and I woke up at like 6:30 p.m. So I will probably do almost like a 1 hour stream. Okay, and I will kind of like color stuff. Okay, do color studies and shit. All right. So, hello Shademan sir, what's up? What's up? I was waiting for you. I was like waiting for you. What's up? What's going on? Bye bye Richard. Bye bye. Hello Shademan sir. I'm gonna do a color stream after this, like after like I have like eaten dinner, because I'll freaking woke up like late in the evening. I slept in the evening, so I'm like kind of like energetic right now. Okay, I might not sleep early today. All right, so I will probably do like a 1 hour stream after this. All right, probably. Okay, I might not do, but probably I will do it. All right, so yeah, it's fine, Shademan sir. I'm gonna do the color stream in like half an hour or something after having like dinner or something. I'm not gonna do the color stuff in this stream because this is a very different stream. So I will start streaming again. Don't worry about it. So yeah, if anyone has any if anyone needs any tips, I'm like still here like for 5 more minutes. So shoot your, I don't know, queries or questions, and I will kind of like give you any tips, or if you want any tips. Okay, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, please shoot them in the comment in the chat, and I will answer them. All right, and then after that I will like end the stream, and then I will start the stream again after like having dinner. All right, so give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I guess there is like nobody, so I will just end the freaking stream and then begin it again. All right. So yeah, thank you for joining in. Thank you for asking all of your questions. Okay. Thank you everyone for, I don't know, joining in and just hanging out with me every single day. All right. So yeah, I will see you in like half an hour or something. Okay. After I have dinner. All right. So yeah. So I'm not gonna do the outro right now. I'm done. I'm not gonna do the outro. Forget about the outro. If you wanna, I literally stream every single day at like 7 p.m. So please do subscribe and follow me on Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, that's it. That's about it. Goodbye. Shit. Sorry. So I might or might not stream. Okay, so I'm not sure. So after dinner, maybe we will see.